It doesn't necessarily look like Islay, does it? Almost this beach doesn't quite do it. You almost imagine big waves rolling in a different way. It's a challenge. Right, I noticed these barrels outside. I'll maybe just do a shot with them. I know you'll.
Most people will stand out there and type out, you know, it's just a falling.
Well, here we are at the Glenlivet distillery, and within the distillery we have what we call the Guardians Library, and that means that anyone who is a member of the Guardians of the Glenlivet, which is our global fan club, when they visit the distillery they will each have been given a key when they joined, and they can use that key to come up here to the library and have a special dram to honour their visit.
Hi, I'm Dominic Roskrow, and if you've been following whisky websites and blogs and Twitter and all that sort of thing, you'll know that everybody's desperate to talk about the latest hot whisky, the latest 40-year-old this, the 50-year-old that, whisky that you and I can never afford to buy, probably they don't even see, and certainly not going to have the opportunity to taste. So let's just cut back a bit, and let's just remember what we're doing with our whisky. Whisky that has matured for 12 years in Scotland is a premium product. It's incredibly well made, and it's made on the back of 1,000 years of history. And so we're introducing a new thing in Whiskeria, our magazine, called Old Flames. And what we're going to do is, we're going to take whiskies and we're going to reassess them and look at them. Whiskies that people may have taken for granted, moved on, found something more exciting, but actually are the stock and staple of most people's whisky collection. And we're starting with Glenlivet 12-year-olds. This has long been a favourite of mine. I'll tell a story about how my daughter wouldn't sleep 3 or 4 years ago. She wouldn't sleep unless somebody sat on her bed. So I used to sit with a glass of Glenlivet 12-year-olds every night. It was a great excuse, and play brain training for 40 minutes. But because as it got dark in the room, there was nothing but the screen and the taste in my mouth, I got to spend a lot of time thinking about this Glenlivet 12-year-old, and it made me go back to 2 other brands, Glenfiddich 12-year-old and Glenmorangie Original. And all of them are whiskies that have fabulous tastes. And in some ways they're probably better whiskies than they were 5 or 10 years ago. So if your whisky journey started 10 years ago and you've moved on, my advice is to go back. And we're doing it now with Glenlivet 12-year-old. Today's a beautiful sunny day here at the distillery, and when I smell Glenlivet 12-year-old, I smell spring. There are some lovely fresh floral notes, there's some lovely pineapple, it's zingy and zesty, it's live and kicking. There are probably few cleaner, fresher whiskies in the world, and straight away I'm there. Sweet pineapple, fantastic. And then you taste it. See how big that gulp was? I'm no fool. I'm leaving the 10 minutes, I'm just making the most of it. Again, absolutely. The word I keep coming back to is zingy and zesty, or words. Zingy and zesty, very, very fresh, very, very fruity. I'll get some apple fruits in this as well. There's a lovely soft vanilla undertow. You can taste the barley in there, the clean, crisp barley. It's young enough for you to be able to see where the whiskey came from, but it's developed its tropical fruit tastes. Absolutely beautiful. Yep, definitely an Old Flame. So I'm in the library at Glenlivet Distillery, and one of the exciting things in whisky at the moment is the availability of single casks and opportunities to taste varieties on a theme, so an aspect of a whisky, and Glenlivet are doing a series of these. I'm delighted to say the whisky shop will be having two separate different single casks. One's called Helios and the other's called Josie, and it'll give you the chance to try something very unique, very special, and at a price. They're not the cheapest whiskies in the world, but they're very, very collectible, they're very, very drinkable, they're very, very good value for money in the cask strength. They're aged somewhere between 16 and 20 years old. I'm sitting here now with a glass that's got a whisky in it that is a single cask bottling. It's not one of the ones that's coming to the whisky shop, but this was put together by the Guardians. The Guardians are friends of Glenlivet. You can join up for free, and among the benefits are the opportunities to buy or taste whisky exclusively picked by the club, by the group, and this is this whisky. This has been selected by 8 people. They came to the distillery. They had a range of casks to choose between, and they picked this one. And it's absolutely delightful. It's very, very. I can get it. A lot of pineapple, some grapefruit, but very sweet. Some vanilla, surprisingly, because it's not typical of the cask. But you're getting all the Glenlivet pineapple characteristics. Very fresh, very fruity, and you wouldn't know it's as old as it is. Is it 17-year-old, Jim? 17 years old, and you wouldn't know that. It's there's the wood is definitely in the background, and it's repeated on the palate. Coconut cream, a little bit of spearmint, but the dominant flavour is a ringing phone.